Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Turin here, and welcome to another Total War Warhammer Live BattleCast. In this particular game, we are going to play Musion. We're going to try, again, I know this gentleman, I think he's a very high-level player, so we're going to do a bit more of a competitive build. So my apologies if you guys are looking for, kind of some fun builds. This might not be the BattleCast for you, but hopefully you guys still enjoy it, and we can go from there. So we're also going to get the MORTIS engine, the Clav Nagash, very, very good against Chaos. Obviously, why is... Oh, okay, I didn't have him on a mount. I was wondering, I was like, why is he so cheap right now? He's usually much more expensive. Obviously, Cryptor is going to be quite good against Chaos. I'm expecting him actually to probably get some Marauder Horsemen. I feel like that's pretty good against the Mortis engine, and in general, it's just hard to deal with for the Vampire counts. So we're going to get 2 Direwolves just to apply a ton of pressure. Just chase them, zone them out until our main army is able to get right on top of him. So we're going to just get these bad boys, just chevron them up so they can hold, essentially be the anvil to the hammer of the Cryptor. So Direwolves are just an awesome unit, just all around fun. Chaos, their leadership isn't the best, believe it or not, so having the Hounds in the back line just waiting to feast on routing units, like if people try Marauder builds, or if like a group of Trolls, for example, people are trying out Trolls right now. So if he does have like Trolls, right, and they're going to route really quickly, but then they're going to regenerate and come back. If you just leave the Hounds in the back line and just feast on the Trolls when they route, like they won't come back. And that's a very, very upward trade, I would say. So actually, I've been playing this map a lot. I don't know. I've had like the past 2 games on this map. I don't know what the deal is, but all right. My homie over there has a pretty good internet connection. We did forget to get the Arcane Conduit on the Red Duke, but it's okay. No one's perfect, boys. So we're going to deploy over here like so. We're going to go ahead and get the Cryptors. And again, my apologies, guys, if this isn't an exciting game for you, but I know he's a pretty good player, so sometimes it's tricky to try out those kind of funny builds. And I want to see how this Vampire build holds up. So we're going to try it out. I think it's a really, really hard matchup for Chaos. I'm also very eager to see what his game plan is. But from what I've seen, some of the more effective ones are using the Master or the Marauder Horsemen, even the Master ones, and just throwing down the Mortis engine before the fighting starts. So basically one of the determining factors is just how well you're able to defend that. So let's get started and have some fun. So actually, I got to make sure to hot group this so they all stay in formation, and let's march. So he's got a Giant. He's got some other dudes. So basically we just need to protect our, let's see, it looks like some Chaos Knights. And Chaos Knights actually are really good. They can... they're not really good. They're a little expensive, but they actually can beat a lot of the elite Bretonnia. They can beat Grail Knights, they can beat Crusting Knights, all that kind of fun stuff. So we're going to get our Hounds and kind of just park them around the side and just wait for some units to route off here. And basically, when he goes after my Mortis engine, I just need to kind of play defensively. I'm not going to try and play around. I'm just going to, when those Chaos Knights come in, I'm simply just going to summon zombies and or block them or do something like that. So we're going to get these Hounds and just have them wait to feast in the back. So as soon as anything breaks, we're going to go for it. So he does have a Chaos Lord, Sorcerer with the Lure of Fire, which is a good choice. It looks like he does have Fireball as well. So you can see the Knights going over there. So we're just going to run those guys into the Shadow Realm. Try and keep them out of the fight as long as possible. So perfect. So everything's in pretty good position here. We're just going to wait and see what he does. The double giant build's pretty good. So I'm really eager to see how his build performs here. So we're going to engage in the front line. We're going to keep it relatively high and tight. We're going to also get these Cryptors, focusing these guys. Just park back here, and get these Skeleton Spears on those Giants. So that's going to be pretty good. And also, we're going to bring our other dudes here. And if he tries to focus this down with his heroic units, that's going to be a really, really rough day for him. So we're going to keep the Mortis engine right here and just be really, really patient. So we're going to go ahead and form a shield wall here and a shield wall here and just wait. So the Mortis engine's draining now. This is really, really, really solid stuff. So we're going to pull the Cryptors back a little bit. They're taking a little more damage than I would like. And we're going to go ahead and summon some zombies behind some of his troops right here. So you can see there's a fireball going. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of crossfire. And he does get a really nice fireball on it, actually. So we're going to go ahead and use an Invocation from the Heck right now. And the Hounds, we're just going to kind of wait. You can see he's being really conservative with his Knights as well. And the Cryptors are kind of just parking and waiting. We can go ahead and get them focusing on some of those Giants. I think that should be pretty good. We're just going to chill here, guys. That Invocation from the Heck did a little bit of healing. Not as much as I would have liked, though, for sure. So that's a little bit tricky. But we're going to just wait here. And it looks like he is kind of trying to pile drive through with those guys. So we're going to push in. We're also going to bring the Mortis engine. And we're going to use an Invocation from the Heck. Oh, so the Invocation from the Heck actually didn't go off. So it does go off there. We're able to get it. And he does miss with that Fireball, which is really solid. Our Blood Knights have kind of engaged here. So we're going to pull back now and just kind of keep that attrition game going. There's no reason to, take any risks, really. So now he's diving in, which is fine, to be expected, and we're going to get a pretty good little surround here and just pull the Mortis engine across, and hopefully, let's go down and under like so, and I think those Blood Knights are going to be really, really hard to deal with. So we're going to go ahead and summon some zombies here. We got to just stay on top of that, and now that these Chaos Warriors have routed, what we're going to do is just feast on them with the Hounds, which is going to be really solid. So again, just using the Von Hell's Dance Macabre, He's definitely going to use a fireball again, but we're just going to save that invocation from the heck and hopefully be able to do pretty well. But this is what I really like the hounds for, just chasing down routing units. And you can see he's pulling the knights back to try and save them, but we're just going to kind of run the hounds off right now. So another fireball coming. You know, it's a pretty decent answer to the Mortis engine, doing some solid work, but still, I think we're in pretty good shape. A lot of his infantry corps is not doing too hot. We do have another invocation from the heck here, so we're going to go ahead and cast that. Just try and keep it alive for as long as we possibly can. So the knights, we're going to split into 2 different groups with the hounds. We're going to pull one group over here, just keep draining, but boy, man, some damage on the Red Duke for sure. So we're going to kind of pull back and like try and stabilize a little bit, do our thing, and you know, just keep this Mortis engine alive. And you can see a lot of his troops are coming in pretty hot here, so we're going to switch on to some of these Chaos Knights and also bring the Mortis engine over with them. Again, we don't want to leave it, you know, alone. So we're going to keep chasing those guys, and you can see he charges in pretty aggressively, so we're just going to simply turn around, do our thing, and use these hounds to kind of just wait in the back line and get ready to feast, essentially. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole matchup, just keeping that Mortis engine alive. If he's able to get it, he wins. If he's not, he loses, most likely. But we do have some good wins of magic here, so let's go ahead and summon some additional zombies while we're waiting. I probably should have used them on those knights over there, but that's okay. So we're going to have these hounds get on the giant, because the giant's low armor, so they should be able to do pretty well for us. But the Mortis engine's finally about to die, but I think the balance of power is too much in my favor. It lasted too long. You can see his lord thinking about coming in, but then he actually changes his mind there at the last second. We get some zombies. We should be able to honestly just shut down everything from here. So we do have another invocation from the heck. We're going to use this last one, which, you know, is going to bring us pretty close to our healing cap on a lot of units. And the Hound's doing a really, really good job in the back line. They're pressuring the giant, and you can see he's going in for it now, which is fine. We were saving our Elseef, so let's go ahead and use this and use the Elseef on his lord in here. So, oh no, not the giant. We want to use it on his lord. So let's go ahead and find him here. Sometimes it's hard to like click when you're in that formation. So he is able to get it here at the end, but still, I don't know. It might be too little too late, although he still does have some troops left, but the balance of power is pretty heavily in our favor. We have very, very healthy Blood Knights against giants, which is just all bad news. And those Chaos Knights with lances are in pretty bad shape as well. So it looks like we're able to clean up shop, and the Hounds were feasting pretty hard over there, boys. So we're going to kind of get them here. This other group here, we can kind of detach to chase off Chaos Warriors, just try and get rid of them. And let's go ahead and summon some zombies. Where do we want to summon them? I don't know, probably just behind these Chaos Warriors over here, which should be able to finish them off. So I think at this point, you know, he doesn't really have much left. He just has some heroic units. He might be able to like skirmish with us, but we're going to use the Hounds to just like kind of feast on these giants as they retreat, which should be good. And yeah, we have a very fast anti-large force, so I think that is all she wrote for our opponent. So I don't know, maybe he can come back, but yeah, I don't know. His Chaos Sorcerer with the Lord of Fire, that one Fireball missing was a pretty big deal, because if you don't get rid of that attrition against Chaos just can't play that game with Vampire counts. It's really, really tough, and honestly, Vampire counts are definitely a top tier faction. He did really good, for sure, but Vampire counts are just so incredibly strong. I mean, Chaos is one of the weaker factions. I really like the trying to use the Chaos Knights, but you guys probably noticed they had a little bit of a hard time finding a home. They were kind of just running around and, you know, charging into the front line against the Grave Guard and things like that. But, you know, for the most part, that Mortis engine just needs to go down. So some strategies I've seen that have worked pretty well against it is just using the Fireball like he did, but I think like one or groups of like Marauder Horsemen standing behind his front line just throwing at it, because at the very least what that does is it zones it out, and you know, you can't like keep it in there because it's going to take so much damage. And then that, I think, in conjunction with the Fireball, might have been able to do it. So he's still fighting, which is cool. So we're going to go ahead and summon some zombies back here behind these Chaos Warriors, and it looks like they're steady still. So yeah, that's going to trigger, and you can see they're immediately going down to, you know, shaken status. So yeah, most of these guys are going to be done for right here. So it looks like some of these Knights charging back in. So we're going to get the Dire Pack trying to intercept those guys. And his Lord is coming in pretty aggressively here to go after the Red Duke, which, you know, pretty decent if he's able to get some work. But Red Duke is a pretty scary duelist for sure. And you can see this Chaos Sorcerer is definitely not going to have a good time when some other troops are able to catch him. So I don't think we have Elseef right now. But anyways, very well played to my opponent. By far, I think one of the worst matchups in the game for Chaos. It is so hard. Like, I know a lot of you guys have been asking. Next time someone picks Vampire counts against me, I'll play Chaos and see what I can do. But honestly, I'm probably just going to lose. He played really well, for sure. I mean, he had armor piercing. You know, the Giants, I think, are a pretty decent pick because they can beat down Graveguard, like, really well. And also, if they're able to get their claws on the Mortis engine, they can really just, like, you know, kill it in a few shots. But it's just so hard for Chaos. It is so incredibly hard. But anyways, good performance from the, you know, the Cryptors I kind of just used really defensively. But ultimately, the Mortis engine just running around and draining and slowing, you know, did pretty well for me. A lot of his skills are inflated from the zombies, but you know, again, just playing that attrition style of play is just so incredibly strong with the Vampire counts. I think Bretonnia is a faction that can do well against Vampire counts. Granted, it can go back and forth. The Greenskins can do okay against the Vampire counts as well. I mean, yeah, a lot of factions can, but it's so hard for Chaos. I'm not sure why, but definitely more testing required. So anyways, really well played to my opponent, Salsicha. I look forward to seeing you again on ladder, and I hope you guys enjoyed that Battlecast. Have an excellent night, and take care.